Hello, students. October is anti-bullying month, so we're gonna do our anti-bullying lesson. I'm Miss Bowler, 7th grade counselor. We have Mrs. Pino, our 6th grade counselor, and then Miss Lucas, our 8th grade counselor. Bullying 101, guidance for middle school and high school students, okay? We're talking about the definitions of bullying, what bullying is, how do you report bullying, how do you detect bullying, how do you tell us all about bullying, and what is and what is not bullying, because some of you think everything is bullying and not everything is bullying. So a guide to base for the basis of bullying, what it is and it isn't, the role of students, and the type on what you can do in the response of it. Okay, what is bullying? A lot of teens describe bullying as when someone tries to make you feel less about who you are as a person and you are unable to make it stop. Bullying is more than disagreements, difference of opinion, or conflicts that occurs between friends and classmates. Bullying is the definition typically include a person is being hurt, harmed, or humiliated with words or behavior. Behavior is repeated, or this concern that will be repeated. The behavior is being done intentionally. The person being hurt has a hard time stopping or preventing the behavior. The hurtful behavior is carried out by those who have more power, such as being older, being physically bigger or stronger, having more social status, or when a group of students single out an individual.
All right. Hey, everybody. So I'm Mrs. Fino, the 6th grade counselor. So thank you so much, Ms. Bowler. Now we're going to go into the types of bullying. And there are 4 specific types that we're going to talk about. So for the first one, we're going to talk about physical. You guys, this is something that's usually visible. It's very easy to recognize. This is going to be something that's maybe bruises, cuts on your body, maybe tears in your clothes, tattered clothing, that type of thing. So I want you to think about a typical typical movie where somebody's maybe walking through the hallway and they knock books out of your hand on purpose. Maybe they put their foot out and they trip you on purpose. It's with intent and it's purposeful. It's planned out. Okay. Depending on the nature and the severity of this contact, anyone who is physically bullying somebody faces consequences. You guys, but we have to know about it. Communication has to come out in order for adults in the right positions to be able to take charge and give these certain students detention, suspension, or expulsion. Okay. Additional physical bullying include pushing, shoving, hair pulling, biting, kicking, inappropriate touching, breaking of objects, and taking or damaging another's possessions. Then you think of verbal. Okay. This is either out loud or it's in writing. It's common. It's a common type of bullying because it's quick. It's done impulsively, and teachers and other students usually don't hear it or see it because it happens so fast. Okay. The goal is to get a response from someone. That's a bully's goal. They want to get some type of response, whether it be positive or negative. In this case, it's negative. They just want your attention. Okay. This is easier to do, again, without getting caught. It's harder to detect. And I want you to think about other examples being teasing, name calling, threats, intimidation, demeaning jokes, rumors, gossip. All of these things can occur both in person and, don't forget, online. Okay, so then here are the other 2 types of bullying. So this top one is a sexual type of bullying. This is unwanted sexual contact or comments, both in person and online. Okay, do not forget about cyberbullying. We live in a virtual world, especially with the pandemic. It's such a big thing now, and we are relying on technology. It's a positive thing, but you all know that there are people out there that are going to let it take off and do some malicious things there, okay? This is a very personal and confusing thing. If it's the sexual bullying, it's coming from someone who perhaps you've had a relationship with. Maybe it's somebody you're super close with. Maybe one of your best friends, or maybe you've had a dating relationship and you guys had a falling out, and now they're using demeaning words and hurtful words about your gender or sexuality. They're spreading rumors. They have spread maybe photos. They've talked about your personal secrets, and there's been like pictures snapped, screenshots of conversations that are private, that type of thing, okay? And so in the end, it's posting of inappropriate things behind your back, and it's spreading. Then there is emotional. This is a subtle, difficult to detect thing. This is right under the cover. It's slowly there, but not everybody sees it, okay? It's playing with your mind. It's manipulative. It's planned out. It's calculated. This can be done by a single person, or it can be done by multiple people against one person or against more than one, okay? It's damaging to you guys. It's traumatic. It's targeting somebody who's perhaps their self-esteem is already very low. Their self-worth is low. They look at themselves in a low regard in that way. Emotional bullying, whether it's done in person, again, or online. It could be excluding someone from a group, maybe an activity on school or out of school, a club, an athletic type group. You can have threatening or hurtful things said to you, telling of lies in order to hurt, again, your reputation, and then you're humiliated publicly, both in school and perhaps out of school, okay? All right, so now we're going to look at who's involved. In this case, there are 3 potential roles in a bullying situation. So you guys first look at targets. This is an individual or more than one individual to whom the behavior is directed towards that person, okay, that perhaps the victim. Then there's those who bully. Those are bullies. You're directing the behavior. There's an imbalance of power. You're trying to have more power over the person than it being equal. And then there's witnesses who see or know of the behavior. Again, you can be a witness by just standing in the same room. You're not knowing you are, but you see something and you are, okay? So then here is a special superpower video I want you to pay attention to as we talk about a little bit more and bystanders in general.
Did you know people who see bullying have a special superpower? They can help stop bullying. Bullying is when someone uses power they have over someone else to try to hurt or upset them again and again. The people who see bullying are called bystanders. Anyone can be a bystander. Children, parents, teachers, and other people around. Some bystanders do things that make the bullying continue. They might join in or cheer someone on, or they might do nothing and just watch. Supportive bystanders use their power to try and stop the bullying. That could be defending or helping the person being bullied. Most people don't like to see bullying happening, but you might feel worried about what you can do. You can be worried that you might make it worse. Or maybe you think someone else should do something. Maybe you just don't know what to do. Maybe you're afraid about getting hurt yourself or being the next person to get bullied. You do need to stay safe. The best way to be safe is being part of a group. Together, the group can make it clear that the bullying is not okay. That's really powerful. Bystanders always have ways to use their power for good. If you feel safe to do so, you can stand up to the bullying. You can say, just stop it, in a cool and casual way. You can say something to distract everyone like, hey, don't we have to go practice for the game? You can reduce the tension, saying something general like, let's try to keep things friendly here, hey? No one likes that. You can challenge the bullying by saying something like, this isn't fair, let's all leave. And make sure you take the person being bullied along with you. If you don't feel safe to stand up to the bullying, you can still help. You can walk away, leave the space or chat room. That way, you don't provide an audience for the person doing the bullying. Definitely don't join in. You can tell an adult, or report it to the site owner or the social media service. You can support the person being bullied at the time or talk to them later. When bystanders stand up to bullying together, it's more likely to stop. So supportive bystanders really do have a special superpower. How will you use yours?
Okay. All right. So in that video, what we saw, hi, Ms. Lucas, 8th grade counselor. And in the video, you saw that bystanders have power to either help the bullying situation or to hurt the bullying situation. So the question is, what do you do if you see bullying, right? So number one, be available for conversation. Conversation with the victim potentially, with an adult, and that's a little further down, but just be available for conversation. Number two, respond with intentional acts of kindness, acceptance, and inclusion. Please make sure that you're kind to other people. The golden rule says to treat others like you want to be treated. So if you were being bullied or if someone you cared about was being bullied, how would you want them to respond? Would you want them to stand and watch? Would you want them standing there taking pictures? Would you want them encouraging the bully? Think about those things, because in the video, we saw all of those things. Mm-hmm. We saw people cheering the bully on, taking pictures, and those things are not helpful. Even just standing in that space, watching, being a spectator, gives the bully an audience, and that is also not helpful, all right? Number three, we direct the situation. We saw that in the video. That is something that can help the situation. Say, hey, isn't it time to go to class? Sometimes the bully is our friend, and especially if the bully is our friend, we may feel comfortable saying something to the bully if it's our friend. If not, you don't have to. Remember, only do what you're comfortable with doing, okay? Number four, everyone should tell an adult. An adult being your teacher, your counselor, the dean, the principal, your parent, any adult, because the last thing we want is for someone to have this behavior repeat itself over and over, and we as adults don't know anything about it, so we cannot do anything about it, all right? And number five, encourage others to come together against bullying and unite for kindness, acceptance, and inclusion. You guys, it's a lot easier to stand together against bullying. So encourage your friends and those that are close to you to take a stand, mm-hmm. to make that change on your campus. The change is going to start with you all right? So if you are being bullied, understand that you don't deserve to be bullied. It's not your fault. You have the right to ask for the bullying to stop. Your opinion about what to do is important, and you do not have to go through that experience alone. The number one reason that bullying continues is that no one says anything, or they wait until several months have gone by and then they say, oh yes, I've been bullied for the last several months, and it's causing me a lot of anxiety and sadness. And the thing is, we don't want you to go through all of that, okay? Not month after month. So you need to advocate for yourself. So self-advocacy means communicating on your own behalf, letting others know what you need, and taking action in a direct and respectful manner. Being your own advocate means that you ask for what you need while respecting the needs of others, and understand that it's okay for you to ask for help or assistance if you find yourself in a bullying situation. So there are 3 important steps to take. Tell an adult, especially, it says tell someone, especially an adult. I'm gonna say tell an adult, all right? Because adults can't help you if they don't know anything about it. And especially if it's going on here at school, you need to tell someone, preferably here at school, or your parent, and they can let us know here at school so we can address it here. 2, develop your own action plan. You know, what are you going to do? How are you going to handle this situation? And number 3, assert your rights. Why does it matter? In the US, more than 20% of students report being bullied, which is more than 1 in 5 of every student. I say more because more than likely it's affecting more. This is only the number of students that are being reported. All right. Everyone has the right to feel safe and be safe in school. Those who are bullied may also have lower self-esteem, less self-confidence, increased fear and anxiety, more depression, lower grades, and even suicidal thoughts. It's not just the targets of the bullying who are affected. Those who bully grow up to have a greater risk of getting in trouble with the law. By the age of 25, 1 in 4 who have bullied will have spent time in jail. So we want to get the victim or the target the help that they need, so they don't have to deal with being bullied. And also, bullies are going to have a consequence for the behavior. It's important for them to have a consequence to deter them for repeating that type of behavior in the future. We really don't want to see anybody go to jail. So we try to address that now to where when you grow up, you make better decisions for yourself and you can avoid being a statistic. Okay. All right, and then this is the form for bullying prevention. So you can complete this form. This form is just why you care about bullying prevention. Why is it important to address this issue? So this form will have your last name, your first name, your grade level, and then I care about bullying prevention because, and it will be a simple statement there. It doesn't need to be a paragraph, just a simple statement. An example could be, I care about bullying prevention because I care about the victims of bullying and I don't want to see them be hurt. Okay, that might be why you care. Someone else said they care about bullying prevention because you never know what somebody is going through, and that bullying situation can make them feel really bad. All right, just a couple of statements. You think about what is important to you or why bullying prevention matters to you, and you can complete that form as follows. Okay, and I believe that is going to conclude our lesson on bullying prevention. Remember, if you see something, say something. Treat others like you want to be treated, okay? And that if you need our assistance, we are here for you. All of us counselors, the APs, the dean, all of our information is available on the Austin Middle School website. So you can contact us there, send us an email if you need us for any reason. That's it. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.